It's clearly a very important market. It's a huge market, so it's clearly an opportunity for many European businesses.
Over the 12 years I've been in the European Parliament's Trade Committee, the main debate on China has sadly been concern over trade with China rather than seeing the potential of trade with China. And that is sad, I think, due to the fact that it's been benefited both the European and the Chinese economy immensely during these 12 years. Right now, the main topic is, of course, market economy status for China. That is overshadowing most topics right now.
Well, I don't know. It's, of course, a hot topic, and the European Union has not an easy position, okay, because the protectionist lobby is quite strong and very vocal, including in Brussels, with arguments that are very, very poor.
Well, I think it's a very difficult debate because from a legal viewpoint, things are very clear in my mind. China is entitled at the end of the year to be treated just like any other WTO member in EU anti-dumping cases. But politically, it's very difficult because in order to implement that obligation, the EU must change the anti-dumping regulation.
I think there's no way around it. It's either that you take a short path, and that means that the relevant MES status is granted by December 12th, which I think in the current context is unlikely to happen. The Chinese are gearing up to make appropriate representation at the WTO. Then we know it will go through a process of 2 to 3 years, and then I'm convinced that the WTO will grant it.
Obviously, the EU will have to abide by its commitment, just like China has to abide by its commitment into the WTO, and that will mean an end to the special status, non-market economy, for the country as a whole.
MES is certainly a pain in the neck for us because as we are all truly global in the sports industry, when it comes to anti-dumping duties, we suffer the most, and we certainly would prefer to see that going away.
My concern is really that we tend to focus, and it's true, we have to solve difficulties, we have to solve problems, market economy status, bilateral investment treaty, those kinds of things. But I think we need to get the mood music right, and that's very important if we're going to broaden and expand this relationship.
I think there are compatibilities. For instance, a lot of the issues which are frictions in the EU-China relationship from the European side in terms of, at the moment, overcapacity in the Chinese economy and what the impacts that has on exports, particularly in the steel industry, are something which will be at least tackled within the current 5-year plan.
Given the China reforms and its change of its internal economic model to maintain a high growth rate, and the old model has run out of steam, it has found, and correctly so, deep reforms in a number of areas. But with those deep reforms, we can tap into the potential, we as EU.
Really what we want to see, and what is the best for society, is the synergies between these two great trading blocks coming together for the benefit of consumers and the benefit of people.
We are in globalized value chains that become more and more important for the European economy, as well as also for the Chinese economy. So by intensifying trade, we do a favor to each other. We will become stronger altogether.
In addition, now we've got this fantastic and very visionary economic transformation agenda that's underway in China. And as far as we're concerned, I'm concerned, it really opens up new opportunities for economic partnerships, synergies on innovation, green growth, urbanization between the two. So that, I think, is a new area that we need to focus on.
I think China is a very reliable case, since the route between China and the EU is very stable in terms of logistics and supply chain. So we can expect further volume growth if the political climate continues to be favorable.
In recent years, China-EU trade volume stayed at around 600 billion US dollars. China is EU's #2 largest trading partner. This relationship has supported millions of jobs on both sides. In the coming years, China is turning toward an innovative, coordinated, green, open, and shared economy. That means more opportunity for Europe and the world.